Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News and your daily wrestling newscast for Saturday, August 31st, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with the Bash in Berlin Go Home edition of WWE Smackdown, broadcast last night on Fox and featuring matches taped earlier in the day at the Uber Arena in Berlin. In the television main event, WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax defeated Michin in a street fight. After the conclusion of the taping, the dark match main event saw World Heavyweight Champion Gunther retain against Ilya Dragunov. WWE Champion Cody Rhodes confronted his Bash in Berlin challenger Kevin Owens during an in-ring promo, and the two had a heated exchange that saw Owens whisper something in Rhodes' ear and walk off.
Tomorrow at Bash in Berlin, Kevin, I am going to defeat you. Nothing will be tainted about it. And when it's over, Kevin, will we still be friends?
Solo Sikoa also spoke during a pre-tape promo, laying down a challenge for the winner of today's Rhodes-Owens match. In the opening bout of the show, United States champion LA Knight retained his title against German native Ludwig Kaiser.
At his rapacious best. Okay, Knight though from behind. Down goes Kaiser.
In other results, Carmelo Hayes beat Andrade, bringing their series of televised matches to 3-2 in Andrade's favor, and Angel Umberto defeated Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews. AEW presented Rampage later last night on TNT, featuring matches taped Wednesday at the State Farm Arena in Champaign, Illinois. In the main event, Konosuke Takeshita won a four-way match, beating the Beast Mortos, Commander, and Lio Rush. In the opening three-way tag team match, Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett emerged victorious over the Undisputed Kingdom and Private Party. Also on the show, the Grizzled Young Veterans made their official debut, defeating the Outrunners. TNA Wrestling presented Emergence live last night on pay-per-view from the Old Foresters Parish Town Hall in Louisville, Kentucky. In the main event, Nick Nemeth defeated Josh Alexander 3-2 in an Iron Man match to retain the TNA World title. After the bout, JBL came down to the ring to whisper something in Nemeth's ear before leaving. Zachary Wentz captured the X Division Championship in the opener, winning an Ultimate X match against Hammerstone, Laredo Kid, Jason Hotch, Riley Osborne, and former champion Speedball Mike Bailey. TNA World Tag Team Champions ABC retained their title against AJ Francis and Casey Navarro. In a 6-woman tag team match, Knockouts champion Jordan Grace, Danny Luna, and Jody Threat defeated Ash by Elegance, Alicia Edwards, and Masha Slamovich. Edwards appeared to sustain a legitimate injury during the match, being knocked unconscious. In other results, the System defeated the Hardy Boys Joe Hendry and Mike Santana, and Steve Macklin beat Eric Young. And finally, in more All Elite Wrestling news, buy rate numbers for All In have been made available, with Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter reporting the figure at between 167,000 and 173,000 buys. That's up from June's Forbidden Door pay-per-view, which drew a buy rate of 120,000, but comes in second for the year so far, behind March's Revolution, featuring Sting's retirement match, which drew 180,000 buys. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.